Anyway, welcome back to Astral Chain. We saw a moderately predictable story start playing out the last time, but you know, you play the Platinum games for the combat more than anything. So, let's get back to it. I still don't see what you mean, to be honest. Chapter 3 is Link, the Legend of Zelda protagonist. Not related. Still.
Are you awake? You fell unconscious the moment you came back through the gate. You've been asleep for 3 days.
Did you predict the coma? Because if you didn't predict the coma, you should have predicted the coma.
But none of your lab work turned up anything you should be worried about.
Well, she's the nurse, but it's not out of the realm of possibility. Maybe she's got a police weapon to defend herself.
I'd suggest going to the command room. The commander wants to speak with you. I know you've been through a lot, but try to keep moving forward, okay?
Well, we left our dad behind in the other realm, and, you know, we were putting up a fight as we were getting out of there, so that apparently took it out of us. I need to stock up on anything. Pretty much full, except for mini medicines. I can afford 2 more. You mean actual drugs, like legal drugs? I think at the start of this chapter we can check in on the terminal a bit more. Oh, maybe she's a doctor and I'm forgetting stuff. I don't know. It's the future. You do still have a wheel in the bank, although at the time you had mentioned using it for News Snap, so it's up to you if you still wanna... it's up to you if you still want to use it for that, or if you instead want to see me try playing Astral Chain with it. As you play the missions and pick up the litter from the other dimension, it kind of clings to your Legion, kind of like how mud clings to a dog. So, when you go to this menu, you can clean it up, and it, like, essentially, if you leave it on, you have a very slight debuff. You want to take it off every so often. Basically, yeah. Remember, you said no gameplay is too boring for this game. That includes pet maintenance. I'm trying to remember, how do I... Alright, hold on. It must be in the regular menu. Alright, I will try to figure out something with the wheel, but I assume you want it to happen during a more action-y portion of the game. Right now, we're just running around base. There's a menu for Legions. There we go, Legion. Alright, so this tab on the menu, the Legion tab. Duly noted. The Legion tab is where I can, like, upgrade stuff. So, you know, there's skill trees. This one is locked unless I spend a bunch of the codes we've been collecting, and I could do that. What other Legion do we have that might benefit from it? A lot of these cost 4 premium codes. Like, you can see from my first playthrough, I've got most of them upgraded most of the way, although the axe probably has the most room to grow. I guess we'll do that. If I go to the left... If I go to the left... Gain stats, increase defense, or... Increase ability slot, that's nice. And then increase offense, right? Yeah, going to the right. How much gene code do I have? 17,000. Yeah, 800's not an issue. Another 900? Sure, take it. So you get these codes, some of them can be found like any other collectible, but mostly you gain them through combat. Now, do I have enough left over to do anything interesting? You know what, let's just unlock the left side, too. I have so much gene code. Alright, now... I do have something new under orders? This is the achievement. Alright, I won't look at those right now. As you fill out that skill tree, you can unlock different attacks that the legions can perform if you hold their command button and then press X or Y. So these are the ones I currently have equipped, the X and Y buttons, but I've got other options as well. Some of them are buffs, some of them are offensive moves. Power charge. I'm not gonna change those right now. Abilities. Look at all that stuff. On sword, I currently have a speed boost and some healing. Parameter is energy recovery, action. Sorry, just kind of getting lost in this menu all over. I should look at this on my own time between streams to see if I want to change anything. For now, I should be plenty well fitted since I'm retaining stuff from a first playthrough. Alright. Main objective. To come here.
You're on your feet again. Good. You gave us all quite a surprise back there. We've lost 4 legions and one of our best officers. This is a serious blow to Neuron. To make matters worse, while you were all on the other side, the Aegis Research Institute came under attack, which would be trouble enough.
He was saying to say attack.
I don't imagine the timing is a coincidence. They hit the Legion production facility the hardest. It will be months before it's operational again. You understand?
You know how many people can die in a matter of months.
The only one that we have left. Naturally, we can't expect any sympathy from the Chimeras. Their attacks will only get worse. So, at least until Legion production resumes, I'm restructuring our task force with you at the center.
I'm the special one.
Is a simple one. All other Neuron officers are now chiefly tasked with supporting you. Of course, you'll all be working with the conventional police to dispose of aberrations and gates, as usual. Relax, please. I assure you, you're more than up to the task. I saw what you can do. I was quite impressed. Up until now, our officers have merely summoned their legions and kept a hand on the leash. But you are different. You and your legion are in perfect neurological harmony.
So, Nick, I don't know how much you know about this game already, if anything at all.
Surely you felt that.
But we're a police force that is tasked with dealing with interdimensional beings that are kind of destroying the human race. And so the Legion, my little Pokemon buddies, as Airfoil refers to them, are one of those same enemies, but bound by a special chain so that we command them. Hey, Legend, how you doing?
The Chimeras won't stand a chance against the two of you. It is a heavy responsibility, being the savior of humankind.
So yeah, essentially we are forcing certain parts of the enemy force to work for us to destroy their own kind. But in the first couple chapters,
it should help you get used to your newfound
pretty much everyone lost control of theirs and they went back to being their natural selves. Except for ours. We were able to regain control of ours. So we are now the one person who actually has the means of dealing with the enemy. Everyone else is just kind of on their own with their box standard weapons. So, you know, like the chosen one, it's our destiny to now take over this whole situation. It wasn't an outside force that chose us, though. It was just some sort of ability that we seem to have. Anyway, where am I supposed to go? New program. That's downstairs. Think. Not on the roof. Then basement 3. Plot armor is probably the biggest thing. Oh, here comes a fun character.
new recruit I've heard so much about. Pleased to meet you, partner. You can call me Laffy. We're gonna be best friends.
Yeah, we are.
As a police dog, it's my job to spread safety awareness and smiles to little boys and girls all over the yard. But that's not all. I've got one more really important job. You got it. Giving you the inside scoop on your new home here at Neuron headquarters.
Show me the way, Laffy.
Partner, ready to learn a few new tricks?
I do like that they gave you the choice. You know what? I'm gonna play along.
This here is the training room. All Neuron training is handled by computer simulation, so you can train on your own 24 hours a day.
She doesn't seem to know that we were shown the training room last time.
Alan and Jin. Training's part of the job too, you know. Oh, so speaking of jobs, I just remembered I've still got a whole mountain of paperwork to file today. I mean, cars to chase. A whole mountain of cars to chase.
Of course, Laffy.
Yeah. Anyway. I'll be back to show you around the station soon. I promise. And hey, I'll let you in on one super convenient secret before I go. Come on, lean in.
Oh, 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 oh. Fast travel.
There! With Laffy's secret shortcut, you can zip around the station in a flash. Well, old Laffy will be back in a jiff, partner. Enjoy your training.
So they don't make you wait long before you can just select your location in the police station with the push of a button. That said, we're already where we need to be.
Congrats on becoming a Legionist! Not just anyone can do it, you know. Let me explain a bit about your new ability. Choose a training pro...
Alright, so there's a few new things I can go over mechanically.
Okay, partner.
Zinc Attack, you may have seen the blue flashing light come up during combat, and when it has, I've been pressing ZL.
The Zinc Attack, while you and your Legion are... If you give your Liege first...
And they don't need the whole spiel, they just need to know to press the button. Oops. See, one Zinc Attack can actually lead to a follow-up Zinc Attack.
Remember that timing and make it work for you in battle. That's all for this program. Okay.
Each Legion has a special ability that you may have seen me use a little bit during the last stream because I already knew about it. Pressing left bumper activates that ability, which varies by Legion, but for Sword, it is a slash.
Different types of Legions. The sword, let's try it out. When there are lineups...
La 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 la. Slash. Aim it. Use the left stick if you need to slash in a different direction. And go.
You've got it. If you find next Chimeras are give it a shot.
You can use it on enemies. I pressed the wrong button. Let me move closer. When does it count? Maybe earlier? Maybe I should have read the text. There is a little red thing showing up on his arm.
What's the matter? Finished with your training?
That's enough for now. I don't actively use that in combat because it freezes you in place.
Check it. We've added a
Looks like you've got the hang of your Legion already.
It's almost like I played the game before.
I mean, if it were me, I'd be using that thing to try and save Dad right about now.
It was you in my first playthrough. I chose the girl this time.
He's so obsessed with chimeras, he hardly notices Dad's gone. But Dad's still alive out there. I know he is.
We left him alone to fend for himself, a bunch of interdimensional beings in their home world. I think he's kind of in denial. This is where they introduced the skill tree and the abilities, and I already showed this. So at least I'm ahead of the game on that.
Hey again, partner. It's me, Laffy. How's your training coming along? Sorry to bail on you, but now I'm all finished up and ready to resume our tour. Let's try a hands-on approach. I've sent some fun marks to your map.
Fun marks!
Head on over. I'll be waiting.
Hey, why did it want me to turn on the iris? I bet one of the fun marks is at the heliport. Actually, apparently not. Oh, here we go. There's the fun marks. Go back to basement 3. And this is where they introduce the importance of this weapon hanger.
This here is where we keep the technical division. From X-Baton upgrades to special gear, if you need that extra edge in combat, they've got you covered.
Oh, if Laffy's here, that can only mean one thing. You're getting the grand tour, huh? Name's Tabitha. Tabitha Bernard. I'm the genius in charge of tuning up and tricking out y'all's gear, especially the X-Baton and Legatus. Huh? Wait. Oh, don't tell me. You're not actually taking that X-Baton out in the field, are you? Why,
Yeah.
it's practically stock. No, that won't do. Wait, I'll get it fixed up for you. Or shoot, I would. I forgot I'm all out of material codes. But there's no way I'm letting you walk out of here like that. You might as well be naked.
You wish.
Hey, Ted? Ted? I'll tell you what. I'll start setting up if you'll go get Ted's attention. Tell him you need material codes.
I'll go give him a TED Talk.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, I was just revisiting a few of my favorite explosions. Ted Garcia, at your service.
Revisiting your favorite explosion. I should do that sometime.
So, who are you? Oh, right, you're one of the newbies. What can I do you for? Material codes, huh? Well, you have to go through the proper procedure.
I'll take one free material code, please. He also sells the offensive items. I mentioned that last time.
Alright, that material code should do it. Now,
This is where you upgrade your regular old weapon. The gun, the long sword, or the short sword. Well, actually, this is where they add the long sword. If you're playing the game normally, you don't have the... It's called the Gladius. Yeah, sorry, I could have tried to navigate HQ with the wheel, but I figure you would have liked to see something more, what's the word, frantic. But don't worry, we'll keep it on the back burner. You have a good night. Now, I've already maxed out my weapons from my first playthrough, so we won't actually be in this room terribly much.
there. Now you can use your X-Baton's Gladius. Oh, speaking of the captain, I forgot I have an order of his that I never got to deliver. That camera should have all the upgrades he asked for. Even Camaros should show up nice and clear now.
This game's got a photo mode.
Run a data card for free.
Wow, nice camera.
They actually make you try out the photo mode. Although, unlike most games, you actually get to move around while in photo mode. Huh? Uh-huh. Alright, if you press X, you can go into selfie configuration. Oh no, I gotta redo all my work. Alright. You may tell me to hold my tongue, but I think this will be the best photo ever. There's a regular old photo. When it actually recognizes its target, it does add to a compendium, kind of like Breath of the Wild or games before it. Yes, I'm the veterinarian. Anyway, I think I have to get your box standard Laffy shot to move past this.
Looks like it works. Hang on to it until Max gets back, okay? He'll...
Okay, partner. See you at the next stop.
Right, till it comes back from the, you know, presumed death that he had. Now let's go back to the command room. There's a blue mark over here. This is where they actually introduced the terminal.
wondering what this is?
I've already shown off the terminal. You can clean your Legion and you can change their color.
Change your maintenance means making. I've never seen a Legion, and Laffy definitely likes a nice bath after a long day. So Legions probably do too.
Maybe you'd like me and my Legion to join you.
After you clean them, you can change.
Hey, maybe that was creepy.
And show them off in style. Maybe old Laffy could use a change of color too.
Anyway, you don't actually have to use it, just have to make sure that the game is like, hey, don't say we didn't tell you.
Hey, you're not hurt, are ya? Well, if you are, the infirmary is the place to go.
You don't say.
Dr. Brenda's got enough medicine.
Yep.
But, just between you and me, every time I'm in here, the doc can't stop smiling at this old dog.
Should I be jealous?
I wonder if she wants to experiment on me. Anyway, I've got a lot to do.
Yes, very much to do. So much so that I bet I won't see you at the next destination.
I'm Bark, partner. Working hard, I see. I don't believe we've met.
Oh, right, of course not.
I'm Marie Wentz.
Marie, very not the same person we already
Laffy
saw.
told me so much about you. I feel like I know you already. And there is something I need to talk to you about.
Where's Lappy?
Lappy said he had to go water the flowers for a bit, if you know what I mean. He's definitely not, too tired, or too hot, or too heavy, or really, really smelly, or anything like that. So no need to ask. Yep, don't worry about old Lappy. Look, I know you're really busy, and we just met, but... Oh, I can't say it out here. Let's meet somewhere more private, whenever you're ready. But maybe try to hurry just a little bit, okay?
A break room.
This is the break room, where dog-tired members of Neuron come to catch their breath. And thanks to Ben, you can get a tasty pick-me-up whenever you need one. Who's Ben, you ask? Why, she's right here.
Yeah, we already met the talking vending machine.
Number 3, the diligent dispenser of liquid refreshment. You know, Avery says an energy drink is the best.
Okay, bye, Lappy. I thought Lappy had to water the flowers.
This is the restroom. It's for everyone.
Everyone loves to be jumped out of the bathroom.
Strained after all. Oh, by the way, Shizu says there's some kind of spirit that lives in here. Oh, I'm sure she's just joking. Suddenly, I feel the need to go sniff the roses.
We got a regular Majora's Mask up in here. Oh no, not again. Oh, it's you again, isn't it? The special human who can hear me. This fairy knows when they're in luck. You may be able to help me save this toilet from certain disaster. All I need is more toilet paper. Please find some and give it to me. Yeah, they knew what they were doing. Ah, I thought I got toilet paper from the stall. Oh well. Let's see, did we go to the locker room yet? Don't think we did.
This here's the Neuron locker room. You have a locker too, you know.
I do?
You can try out all sorts of new hairstyles, clothes, and accessories.
You can access the character editor again.
Nothing like a little grooming anytime you feel like a change, right? Sometimes even your old pal Laffy likes to change his coat. I've gotta get running, but show me the new you later.
So, that's Neuron HQ in a nutshell. As a reward for your dedication, here's your very own Lappy badge.
Yay!
Right, partner.
Have a good night, Legend. We got the badge. 1 of 6 Lappy items. Do I have all the Lappy items from my first playthrough? Hey, good old cardboard box head. Should play through the rest of the game like that because Lapo. Or I could mask up. I unlock a few different options. Like an entire raven on your head. Hey, the Lappy cat. Belt. Alright, I'm just gonna keep everything default, but you can also play around with colors. I believe you can unlock... Yeah, okay, yeah, you have slots where you can make your own custom color sets, but there are a few of these presets. Full medicine. Anyway, Marie is down in the garage. I'm sure she's very happy that we finished our business with Lappy before meeting with her.
Oh, good, you came. Not that I thought you wouldn't. So, here. I met this little guy while out on patrol. I couldn't just leave him out there. One look in those big eyes
And you had to bring him back, right?
Oh! Akira! What are you doing here?
I saw her coming down here and wondered if something was up. Call it an itch I had to scratch. And speaking of scratches, stray animals are really likely to carry chimeric corruption. Now, you of all people should know that bringing them here is way off limits, Marie.
I know, but...
Look, hand your little guy over to me. I'll make sure he gets back where he came from, safe and sound.
Because that's how you handle a cat.
Oh,
You grab your cat by the back of it.
I bought so much. So much cat food. The good stuff too. Oh, now what am I gonna do?
We've
We've gotten reports of several missing persons around Maison Forest, in Zone 30. It's more than the local police can handle. Let's wrap things up before it gets any worse over there. Akira, do you read me? Akira!
Oh, wait, what? I'm sorry.
Jeez, are you even listening? You're going to Maison Forest. What's that? Wouldn't have taken you for a slacker. Anyway, all the other officers have their own assignments, so go support the Legiones, okay? If, of course, you're feeling up to it.
Maison Forest. That's perfect. Wait, what? Sorry, come on, let's get going. Get ready, and I'll meet you on the roof.
Oh my. Okay, well, take your time and make sure you don't forget anything before you go.
Yeah, the game doesn't keep it a secret.
So, it's in Maison Forest. So, once we're done with the investigation, I can... Oh, what now? If it's about the cat, forget about it. I told you I already dealt with it. No more cats here. Okay, come on, let's get to work. Ready to go? Next stop, Maison Forest.
And we're off. Now for the next real mission.
No, don't worry about it. Let's get started. Let's ask around and see if we can find any witnesses. Just because we're a Neuron doesn't mean we get out of good old-fashioned detective work. This is only the latest of several disappearances in the area lately.
Of course, that also means we gotta keep up on our litter cleaning. So our map shows a green circle. We have to search within that area. Find whatever we need. So there's this patrol drone set to do the rounds around here that got lost. I came down here to find it, and, well, there it is. I'm asking you, how am I supposed to reach it there? I was right about to give up and head back. This is a tough one. You may be giving up too quickly. My sister here can get the drone back. Besides, it may have picked up some footage that could help us on our case. I mean, of course, be my guest, but how? You let her worry about that, okay? You can grab that thing with your Legion, no sweat, right? Do your thing. How did you do that? Long story. Anyway, check out that hole. This drone didn't just malfunction. Something attacked it. Do you mind if we take a look at its video data? Oh, I guess not. Here. Appreciate it. Alright, let's see what we have here. Well, I have what I came for, so I'm heading back to the precinct. Thanks for your help, guys. Alright, still looking around. There are certain marks that I need to go to check. Hey, stop, stop! Oh, officer, perfect timing. This damn robot won't listen to a word I say. Just had it tuned up. There must be some strange signal interfering with its antenna. Signals, huh? Iris should be able to tell us about that. With the Sword Legion, you can see the invisible energy current. Cut through currents in electric locks, or transmitted through antenna. Finally, it stopped. How'd you pull that one off, officer? I didn't see you touch it. But hey. Thanks for your help. I wonder if the problem was really signal interference. And it could have been the ghost, right? Yeah, the ghost. Of course I know what you're talking about. You're trying to find someone who went missing, right? We know something you might want to hear. Hold on now, nothing's free, you know. Money? No, no, no. Were you really gonna try to bribe a bunch of kids? No, you gotta answer our quiz. That's right. If you can answer our super special Quiz Brothers quiz, we'll tell you what we know. You can't answer it, you get nothing. Fun, huh? Ugh, I'll let you handle this one. Tests never were my strong suit. So what do you say? Think you can ace our quiz? Let's get right to it. Hooray! Here we go. Here are the rules. Each of us will tell you something, but only one of us will tell the truth. You have to listen and remember and figure out which of us isn't lying. Well, I'll tell you stuff like he's lying, he's telling the truth, but only one of us is telling the truth. When we're all done, you'll hear all you need to figure it out. I'm the first brother. The fourth brother is a liar. I'm the second brother. The fifth brother tells the truth. I'm brother number 3 and we lied before. Both the first and second brother tell the truth. I'm the fabulous fourth. The third brother is absolutely lying to you. Number 5. I tell the truth. Number 3 does too. And fortunately, they leave the stuff on the screen. So if you're not familiar with truth and liar puzzles, you know that you have to assume that one is right and look for a contradiction, and the one that creates no contradictions is the one that's telling the truth. If the fourth brother is lying, then the third brother is telling the truth, which wouldn't make sense, because then the first two would be telling the truth. There's only one truth teller. If the fifth brother tells the truth, then so does the third brother. So it's not the second either. If it's the third, then it's also the first and the second. I believe you can also play around with your Legion doing something on this. Maybe I'm misremembering that. No? Okay. Anyway, if there's only one truth teller, then yeah, the third guy is lying. No one's got it on the first try before. That means you get the special grand prize. Ability Legion Rush. This may not be true, so there's this weird door in Mason Forest. What's weird is it's just a hologram. What kind of door is that? Something that weird must be relevant to your case. Useful? Door that's just a hologram? Alright, that is strange. Couldn't hurt to check it out. What do I get for crouching and coming through here?
Iris, startup. Iris, shut down.
Oh no, we won't find the hologram door in there, especially since we still have progress to make on the investigation. We're starting to see some graffiti around. We thought of a new quiz. Wanna give it a try? Well, it's a side quest. Who's the biggest brother challenge? Alright. You may have noticed, but all of us look incredibly alike. That's right, we'll move around and swap places and you'll have to figure out which one is the oldest. Alright, he's the oldest brother.
Iris, startup. Iris, shut down. Iris, startup.
Birthday, 2067 November.
Information display.
70. 9. 71. 2068. So yeah, spy on the age. And we've got it. I don't have a hammer, Legion. I've got a sword and an axe, but no hammer.
Iris, shut down.
Alright. So, blah blah blah. I cheated with technology, and you give me cream puff soda. Now, how about that floating litter? Oh my god. Going alright. Haven't had any combat yet this episode. It's at the Grand Tour at the Giant Dog Woman. So that ate up quite a bit of time. Right, we're going up on another mark. Interested in this piece? You got good taste for a police officer. This mural was painted by an actual member of the avant-garde art collective Parnassus. They say, as he paints angels' wings, blackbirds flock around his work, love struck. Romantic, don't you think? Still vandalism. There really is no accounting for taste, but maybe you can help me anyway. The members of Parnassus are famously reclusive. Would I do anything to meet the man behind this masterwork? I'd pay anything. Please find him for me. You, do realize you're basically asking us to arrest this guy, right? Arrest him? The rest of the arc art was foremost enfant terrible. Enfant terrible. I'm not up on my French. Have you no soul? Thanks for the tip. I'll let you know when you can visit him in jail. Okay, blackbirds flock around the park when he paints, but keep an eye out for crows, we might catch him. That's right, no fun. Drop the hammer. Can't go that way yet. Did I miss any?
Information display. Iris.
Not there. Alright, this jump can be a little finicky from what I remember. Hey, got it. Some more supplies. Let her up here and then... Ooh, more scrap metal. I forgot there was a bad landing animation. Because there's no fall damage, so I thought, yeah, she's just gonna land on her feet, obviously. No, neither my regular nor my Legion weapon will break them. Alright, so we're gonna go around the corner, find a few things. Oh, Mondo, have you met the vending machine?
Were you supposed to be a customer? Huh? You want to chat with me? I mean, sure, that's fine.
Get this over with. You know, if you want to talk to me, you could just buy a drink, like a normal person. Oh, what do I recommend? Gasoline jelly's pretty good. We're into that. Oh, go on, buy it already. Oh, glowy. I mean, hey, if that's the market in the year 20, whatever this is. For art's sake, I hope you never find this artist. Say anything else? You learn anything about the disappearances? This young woman just gave me some new information that could lead to finding the culprit. Yes, yes. You should try talking to her too. She may remember something else useful. How long before we need more examples of 30XX? Where's this blue dot?
Iris startup. Iris shut down.
Oh, didn't we already finish the drone thing? Oh, right, there's an actual game that has that name that I did not remember. Asking this young man if he has any information to share. Apparently he doesn't. Alright, I think I gotta go back up to where I took the quiz. Because there was this dead end here, and I wanna say, yep. One moment, please. I'm almost finished with this angel. Oh, sure. We'll just wait right here while you finish committing your crime. Come on, you're under arrest. Crime? My work beguiles nature herself. See how these crows gather around my angels. What are your laws to them? I'm pretty sure those crows were beguiled by that dumpster. Ugh, Philistine. My work is not yet complete, officer, so I must bid you adieu.
Hey, come back here! Come on, let's get him.
Yes, I remember how to do this. Gotcha. Well, 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 the famous artist. You caused a lot of headaches around here. Let me go, damn you! I found my new muse, I must paint! Maybe it's time you took a sabbatical. You can fill all the sketchbooks you want once you get out. Nice and legal-like. No, that's far too late. I must capture that red ghost while it still looms large in my mind. The street is the only canvas that can hold it in the red door once it comes. Let me go, I must paint. Simmer down, pal. You're talking a bunch of nonsense. Thanks for your help, Neuron. I can take it from here. Wrapping your chain around the baddies is admittedly one part of this game that just doesn't get old. Wait, I thought I grabbed that chest earlier. Oh, I did. And I'm still holding at 57%. Alright, where's this other blue mark then? Is it higher? This is that's the mechanic that I feel has the most jank. Is that sometimes you try to do the jump across the gap with your Legion, and it looks like everything's good to go and you got a clear shot, but still don't make it. I gotta find where this thing... But we already beat that. So just more question. Do I just have to question random locals? You looking for the ghost too? No. Another disappearance happened again. I knew it. We're all doomed. At this rate, we're all going to vanish. We'll stop it. Really? In that case, I'm counting on you. Thanks for your help. The thought of a ghost just makes me lock up. You guys say nothing. Maybe having my iris will help me. I don't quite see the connection. I know they're both action games, but oh. I have to check the footage because the drone's flying up here. Something big hit the drone right around here. Whatever it was caught the drone completely off guard. So the attack probably came from a long way away. Judging by the position and angle of the projectile damage on the drone, it looks like it was shot from midair. Whatever shot this drone, it was an air-to-air attack. That's all we can learn from the footage. Let's step back and see if we can find anything else. I haven't even done any combat while you were watching. That's like the good part of the game.
Iris, shut down.
Like, you go surprisingly long times between combat in this game. I'm getting lost again. I don't think I had this problem on my first playthrough because everything was brand new and I was, you know, curious to check everything. And now I'm like, I've played this game before, I can skip some of the stuff. I don't need to show every single detail. I hear the Catman hasn't been seen around here lately, says this guy. That's not a big guy. They do seem mean. Oh, don't worry about it. There's a building ahead. Please take a look at my selection. It's at high quality, I assure you. More talking to the red ghost. The other thing I'm checking for with my iris is that we know there's a fake door somewhere. I'm pretty sure it'll help us figure out what's a door and what's not a door. Oops. Alright, where is this thing looking for? I should not be this lost. I was back by the dumpster. I think this was the ladder I was thinking of. Can we go here now? No. What else am I missing then? Just keep searching in this radius for more locals? Ugh. Officer, actually a while ago I saw the ghost. Not that again, you want to be the laughingstock in the neighborhood. Sorry about that, officer. We don't know anything about the disappearances. Okay, one of the marks was... Just me, or is there something weird about these two? Especially at a time like this. Oh! The two that we were... on to eavesdrop. thing I saw before that was definitely a ghost. Again with the ghost. No one's gonna believe you saw one. It had a hole in its chest. It couldn't have been human. And it was a ghost. It could be linked to the disappearances. Just drop it, okay? Keep it up and they'll think you're involved. I don't want to get arrested either, but I'm scared. Even if a ghost shows up, I'll protect you. Love you so much. Alright, we need that last 15%. Beautiful sunset, la 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 la, and saw a yellow drone. Now we're just talking to everybody to be absolutely sure. Learn from my mistakes. My sister's friend said she saw this blurry, fiery red shape with no legs carry off a grown-up.
Okay, we've learned about all we can.
Oh god, I'm glad you deduced that.
Okay, this should be far enough away from, like I said. This is just one of a series of missing persons, aside from people going missing. Another thing these cases have in common is an almost total lack of evidence. The most recent victim disappeared last night.
Yes, we get it. It's the interdimensional beings that we are destined to fight.
Oh, we know for sure. Let's put together what the witnesses told us and see where it leads. People around here say they started seeing something strange near the time the disappearances began. Right, the red ghost. It's odd, but people say it looks otherworldly. I'm as skeptical as you, but enough people said it that there has to be something to it. You remember the two details they gave us, right? A hole in the chest sounds like a believably ghostly detail. Besides the hole in the chest, what other details were there? That's right. It has no legs. I guess it just floats around like your textbook ghost. Speaking of red, the ghost wasn't the only red thing we heard about, was it? Bingo. Evidently, that's where our friend the ghost comes from. Are you thinking what I'm thinking? Let's see. Our ghost has been up to more than just kidnapping. What else did it do?
Are you talking about the signals, or are you talking about the damage to the drone?
Right. That surveillance drone got pretty banged up somehow. People blame the ghost for that too. But there was clearly physical contact. Okay, let's think. Our kidnapper looks otherworldly, floats around with no... I mean, that's gotta be a chimera, right?
Yeah, if you're just catching on now, then I kinda question your logic.
Sounds silly. But I guess chimeras aren't any more believable until you've seen one. I keep thinking about the hole in the surveillance drone. Maybe the chimera shot it down.
Okay, so apparently my time limit was still good enough not to botch an S+ investigation. I wish we had Miles Edgeworth. He checks every suspicious nook and cranny, and he finds holes in people's reasoning. Yeah, we have to look around nooks, and we're talking about blast holes. Alright, this is the scene of the disappearance. Pick up some more stuff. Yeah, I can't say I'd pick up the games just because I have seen them played. Like, it's one of those things where I know the story too well to really get any enjoyment out of playing it myself, but, it would be a nice option for people.
This must be her bag.
Maybe now that the Great Ace Attorney is getting its spotlight, that can be next.
ID UBF 007068. Isabella Sukitani. She works at a nearby restaurant. That's about all this can tell us. was on their way home from work when at 9:22 p.m. she was
I can't get a good
hit
angle.
by a chimera. She panicked and fell, but then got up and ran toward the alley.
I mean, fair enough. If you have reason to go back to it,
Looks like
then
this is all we've got.
that's great.
No witnesses.
I
and
just
days
don't.
to
I
look
remember
last
it too
night.
well at
No
this point
footprints either.
for it to be worth it.
The only thing this footage can tell us is which way she ran off. Let's keep looking.
Another spot to investigate over
Is
here.
it just me, or is the ground here red shifting? It's not red matter. It's something else. Whatever it is, it's clear that a chimera was here. There's enough corruption around here to cause the ground itself to shift, but only around this spot. Ah, so maybe the chimera was here, but left in a hurry. Your legion should be able to pick up its trail. The trail, just like I thought. It looks like her chimera took off after the victim. If we follow it, I'm sure we'll find her. And probably some chimeras too.
Alright. I already came around and got that chest, so let's follow. 10. I definitely don't know anything about 10. So I'd certainly watch. But if I can. Obviously, schedule depends. But I'm willing to watch for sure. Okay, we gotta slash this electrical lock. Thanks a bunch. I almost gave up on ever seeing the sun again. Why were you locked in there in the first place? You're not a thief, are you? What? No way! Okay, so last night around 9, I was walking and heard a woman scream. You heard the rumors there's a ghost around here, right? I freaked out. I ran for the nearest hiding place, and you can guess the rest. Indeed. Around 9 last night, that could be our victim. Victim, so the rumors are true. Thanks for the help, and good luck and all, but can I go now? We're still hot on the trail. Where's the trail go next? Oh, we can help with the red shift. Okay, this is teaching you how you can heal people from the pollution caused by the interdimensional vortex. Now we can proceed through here. We're ultimately gonna go that way. Is there anything over here? There's people to talk to. I've done enough talking, though.
The Chimera's on ahead. Looks like there's only one way across. I'll go first.
Thanks for destroying most of the pathway.
What are you doing staring into space like that? Use your Legion and get over here.
You know, I'm the only one who still has my Legion. You lost yours. So I don't think you should be telling me how to use my Legion. Just saying, I'm like the Legion expert. Yeah, you kind of need the context from the first bit where he did have one, but now he doesn't. Wait, I didn't walk off. I swear. Ow. That's how they handle falling in bottomless pits, by the way. Well, it was more like it was more of an equivalent to his Pikachu went berserk and released itself from his grasp. Like, you're not my trainer anymore. Remember, our Pokemon are evil beings that have been forcibly chained and reworked to do our bidding. Yeah, they want to take the HP as punishment for falling in the first place. Where do I go from here? Oh, there's stairs. What? If there were stairs, why were you just... Oh, that's where... Never mind. Okay, I just had to send the Legion out there.
You know the drill. Whatever's on the other...
Alright, in we go. This should lead to some actual combat. By the way, you can move around this particular loading screen.
Looks like you made it. Akira filled me in on the details. I'll provide radio support from here on. A lot of time has passed since our victim's disappearance. I'm picking up a biosignal, but it's faint. Find her before it's too late.
And by that, she means go ahead, clean up all that red matter. It'll be fine. Ooh, secret crevice. It was just holding more red matter to clean up, though. Okay, that is red matter. Sometimes it's hard to tell, but it's just nice to have the iris turn it yellow so it's easier to tell.
I'm picking up an unusual signal.
There are hazards.
Be careful. It might be a chimera. And look out for those clouds of gas. They're highly toxic.
Alright, into the combat. Ooh! Look. It's been 90 minutes since I started the stream, and this is our first battle of the night. And it was just one enemy. Oh wait, here's another. Alright, here you gotta use your Legion special ability to slash that, the thread between them. Whatever you want to call it. The connection. Then it becomes vulnerable. The connection's back because it's glowing purple. I guess it does kind of look like that, but this game, I'm pretty sure this game came first. Well, I don't know how long the mobile version of World's End Club was a thing. Lean them back. Lean them back again. Wrap them up. Finishing blow. This is why you play this game. This, above anything else, is the reason you play this game. S-Rank! Let's hear it for S-Rank! Secret. Apparently not worth it. Oh, okay. See that floating crystal? I still think the platforming is pretty jank, but they attempt to do some cool stuff like this. I said they attempt to do some cool stuff like this. Oh my god. Never mind, I take it back. The platforming is still just as bad as I remember. That's how that's supposed to happen. Okay, bad timing there. Yeah, it brings this game down quite a few notches. Because they do try to make you use it, because it's cool and all in concept, but oh my god. On the bright side, you'll always be left with 1 HP if you keep falling into the bottomless pit. And we can replenish with medicine. But oh, never mind. I was wrong. It can kill you. Or maybe that was just the poison killing me. No, wait, it didn't quite kill me, because I still have 5 out of 5 on my, revives. But that's right, that should have killed me if it was the poison. Okay, that's the timing. Maybe. there is an animation when you die. So there's a heart under my health bar with a 5 out of 5. You start with 2 of those on standard difficulty, and you can eventually upgrade to more. So those are revives. They're called AED batteries, and they, you know, bring you back to life. But you only get that many of them. And if you're playing on hard mode, then you get 0 of those. So, I play on standard, where I still have to put in some skill to get things like the S ranks, but I at least have something to fall back on, instead of nothing. I am surprised I made that jump. The crystal, oh my god. Yeah, I mean, this is my New Game Plus, but even then, I'm not playing it on hard mode. Actually, Astral Chain doesn't have a New Game Plus, they just let you replay the missions. That's why in between chapters, I have to put up a spoiler covering image. Because it keeps booting me back out to the chapter select, and for some reason, the chapter select screen defaults to the final chapter. So you just have the final chapter in your face, which is why I've been using this image to cover the screen at various points. If there was a New Game Plus option, I would have just hit it from the get-go. Which way do I need to go? I'm a little turned around after that poison gas incident. Yeah, because I'm pretty sure the other Platinum games have a New Game Plus. I'll switch to gun, because why not? Okay, hold on, I need to do a few things. Hard job, attack up. Yeah, they could have patched it in later, though. Or maybe it didn't sell well enough. Who knows? Alright, die you. Also, and killing enemies does give you some health back, so now I'm back up to full. Thank goodness, the screen effect was not great. Alright, I feel like that's well enough for a unestablished IP that's exclusive to Nintendo. Yes. We're going this way. Hope for a nice run.
I wonder what that is. It's not quite a chimeric signal, but it's close. Your Legion might be able to do something about it. I can't
Thanks
find
for
something
spoiling the
wrong with
answer.
it. Hey, it worked. I'm guessing your Legion did that. As long as you've got your Legion, you should be able to make your way through the astral plane.
So another complaint people have about this game, myself included, is that you spend a lot of time in this astral plane, and, you know, it's one astral plane to another is not really discernible. They all look like this. Mostly gray, bits of red here and there. Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of different platforming challenges and puzzles that they give you throughout the game. They're constantly doing different things. It's just... it all looks the same. And you go to a few places in the city for your investigation, and... so there's pretty good variety there, but this is like half the game we're talking about. Where you're walking through this dimension. It'd be something if these were, you know, more distinguished from each other.
Do you read me?
Then I don't think the complaint would really be there.
Go check it out.
Oh, this...
If you're a chimera, stay away, okay? Jeez, damn camera. I can't see anything. Okay, scan complete. Wait, you're human? Human
yeah.
And conscious?
Yeah.
Oh, it's you! I've heard about you. Fantastic. Wonderful. Perfect. Okay, you're with Neuron. The police, right? Do me a favor, will you, and get me out of here? Oh, there's someone else who got dragged in here with me. Total normie. She should be around here somewhere. Can't leave an innocent bystander high and dry, right? Sweet. The chimera that brought me here wasn't exactly gentle. They must have fallen off somewhere around here. My parts can't be that far away from here. Thanks in advance.
Here's one of the parts right next to him.
My gyro sensor. Boy, you try keeping this thing upright without one of those. Keep looking. You're doing great.
I know, I'm awesome.
Iris startup. Iris shut down.
Alright, so there's a bit more to see if we wait for this elevator. Little nook down here. Free healing. Alright, I gotta chain jump my way back. Whoops. Oh, you picked it up for me.
There. That's the ceramic coated drive gear.
But if we actually jump up here ourselves...
You already knew that, right? But that's not all of them. Keep looking, please.
Just picking up all this red matter. Not quite. Oh, I thought I could make it. Okay. We'll just... Whoa! Got the camera cable.
Looks like you found another one. I need that cable to get my camera working. Anyway, that's the last one.
There's a chest. How do we reach it? I cannot believe that worked on the first try. That was more what I was expecting. Ah, thank goodness you just put me back over here. Wait, now they're not gonna reconnect? Fine, search yourself.
Rebooting? There?
Robot buddy!
I can see again. The camera's looking good.
I mean, not a robot buddy, a human piloting a robot buddy, but you know. Basically the same
You're a
thing.
lifesaver. I wish I had some way to repay you. But first, I need to figure out how I'm getting out of here. Hey, you're heading back to the Ark once you find that lady, right? Mind bringing me
Have a
over?
good night, Mondo.
I'll help you out with your rescue. I'm handier than I look, I promise.
Okay, but does it look as sexy as our new robot friend? I hope it's at least as sexy as our robot friend. Otherwise, you might be in for a rough night. But have a good one.
Alright, we've got a civilian to save.
And you must have one fine bed, then. Whee! On we go. Yo, hit the giant block, thanks. By the way, I want to hit that giant block again. Secrets on the upper level. Gonna hit that.
Okay,
That'd be
that's
great.
both of them. You should be able to activate them now.
I'm surprised I didn't splatfall that time.
Look, there she is. Great. Looks like there's still time to save her.
I'll come back again.
But first, I gotta ask. Don't suppose you know what that's all about, do you?
Ah, the ominous floating humanoid figures. Yeah, I know what that's about.
Did he just become a wall? Look out! Something's coming!
Quite a name you got for a three-headed dog there. How dare you interrupt my ass whooping? Just to be clear, you were the one having your ass whooped. Like so. My health's not full, but it's still looking pretty high. Well, that's how you dodge. Can get a little healing in the process. Now what's after us? Ah, the big one.
Do you read me? Listen, we've got a big problem on our hands out here. There's gates opening up all over Maison Forest. Akira's working on getting the civilians to safety.
I'm working on getting myself to safety.
Get back as soon as you can. We really need you back here. Hurry.
Are you running, you little baby? Oh no, it's making me platform, my one weakness. Oh no, don't platform me off the edge. Oh, thank goodness. We saved that somehow. By the way, it doesn't show the health bar unless you scan it with the computer. Just remembered that. I've been wondering how close I am to killing it, and now I know. Right, I guess I can settle for an S+.
Iris, shut down.
Okay, good. She's only unconscious. Let's get her back to the Ark, and then I guess you better go help your friends, huh? I'm picking up a gate nearby. Come on, let's go.
Iris, startup. Iris, shut down.
Any more things I can pick up? Yes. Whoosh, 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 whoa, 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 whoosh, whoosh.
Leave her to me. I'll get her to a safe zone. I'd just get in your way around here. Oh, and thanks for the save back there. I'll make it up to you soon. I promise.
Maybe it's the cause of all the disappearances. Meet up with Akira and stay on it.
Where I dodged. There we go. They just keep getting larger. Alright, Flame Sword, what you got? Alright, these people should be safe now.
Thank God. You made it in time. All that's left is to get them back to the local police. Akira's not too far from there. He could really use your help.
And now I can climb the ladder. Yo, bro, I'm coming. I forget, is that the right way? I think that's the right way. So yeah, I'm gonna completely ignore my brother and go into this optional part of the realm to fight some stuff. Because, you know, why not? This is not a post-game one either. You can access this with what you would have at that point in the story normally. What? Get me back up there! What? Where'd it go? That was me hitting the wrong button for something. That's what I meant to do. Okay, won't let you buff your little buddy anymore. Over here. Whoa! That one's big and came fast. I don't want to subdue its little helpers. Okay, this battle is not going great. Thought I killed your second buddy. Guy doesn't actually have a health bar, he's not considered a boss. Okay, the dodging is not gonna do anything if he's still got that. Effectively a shield from his buddy. I think we took care of that. Oh, I want to do that again? Not so tough without your little shield, buddy. Ah, no plus that time. Oh wait, where is the... There we go, this'll be the right way. Oh hey, dig spot. Surprised we didn't see any of these earlier. So, armed dumpster throwing guy can, of course, throw the stuff at the enemies as well, and it can be, you know, very damaging, explosive, all that. Where'd it go? Did I kill him? We're done there? Okay. Where you run away, I run towards. Now you're all bound. Oh, stupid fire. Oh my god. Stop, drop, and roll. Any other targets? There's a target. Oh, the stupid fire.
Told you. I could have dealt with that myself.
Yeah, sure,
Why'd
buddy.
you have to play hero like that?
I would call it more than playing.
I'm Dad's kid, just like you are. I don't need any help killing chimeras. I don't even need a legion to hide behind. I'll show you. If I can't take a chimera myself, what's the point of even living?
Hey, your Pokemon's back for a reunion. Isn't it nice to see him again? Whoosh. 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 So much whoosh.
Okay, looks like you're in. So far, so good. I'm honing in on Akira's position.
How far do I have to travel to get to that position? I'm hoping we can wrap this chapter.
I've got the general location. I'm sending it.
Well, that answers that question.
So keep an eye on your iris.
Information display.
Go ahead, hit the block. You know you want to.
Information display. Iris shut down.
Okay, I got a little stuck there. Oh, hey, this one had a chest. Okay, all three within the same time frame, and we get ambushed. Nice little reward, eh? That gives you something to do while the stairs are coming down. Okay, I don't know how the physics on that worked, but I'll take it. You just die if you get launched into a pit? Heck yeah. Alright, should just be a little more. And you solve the mystery. Wow, maybe that wasn't even a required mystery? So what was that hiding? Yes, this moves up and down now, but then what's with the other lower level? Actually, no, this is the... Based on the map, that points objective, so this is the optional stuff. Game, that's not what you were supposed to do. And now I'm all the way back here. This has to be the required path. Ooh, rare. No, 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 no. Darn it. Alright, where does this platform go then? An optional nook back here. Oh my god. Not close enough to them. Little free thing down here. I gotta hit the 3 of these. I hit the wrong button, but I swear that would have worked. Oh, I'm missing some stuff on the way down. And I think it'll go back up if I want it to. Yeah, I'm not screwed out of it. Of course, I'll have to wait again. Ah, nice little alcove we've got here. It certainly looks just like the rest of the place. What? I was on that. Whip off. There we go, that's the splatfall. Gotta do some double bouncing. Oh, no, no, no. Wait, you can just get there without using the crystals. Oh, that's probably for the best. I missed a little over there. Alright, time for our next Pokemon catching extravaganza. Can you catch the Arrow Legion? Definitely pays to remember the lock on with the right stick here when you lose track of the thing, because it will move. Also, may be helpful to use your X-Baton's gun instead of the sword, but they'll try to shove you off of blocks, block your progress from reaching them. Gotta slash on through. And this is the part of the game where you would actually gain access to your Arrow Legion. Which was, you know, formerly your brother's Legion. This Legion was all his. And then everyone lost theirs, but for some reason we were able to take back our own. And now also his.
Recaptured the Arrow Legion. So that means one core can hold 2 legions. We'll ask the commander about that later. We've got to focus on Akira.
He's over there.
It doesn't look like you can reach him, even with a chain jump. Maybe there's something you can use nearby. Use your iris to check.
How nearby are we talking? Now, before this chapter closes, they want you to know you can change your Legion. They have a different special ability. We can snipe stuff.
Now hurry to Akira's position. checking the data from your scanner. Phew. Akira's only passed out. Your chopper's already on its way. You'd better get back here quick.
So much whooshing back to our dimension.
Oh good, the alarm stopped. Seeing as how the Arrow Legion was setting it off, I guess that's a given. Hey, hey!
Hey, it's that cat you didn't want me to know about.
Ah, thank God. Oh, you're all okay. If I lost you guys too, I don't know what I'd do. Dad used to come here and take care of these cats. If it weren't for him, anything could have happened to them. But rules are rules, even for the captain. No stray animals are allowed in HQ. And he couldn't bring them home, because he couldn't risk us getting infected. I guess he thought if he kept them here, he could come by and check on them while he was out on patrol. I followed him here one day. That's how I found out. He told me I could help out. But I had to keep it a secret from everyone else. That meant you too. Dad really wanted to save the world. The whole world, not just the humans. Even these poor little guys. He really was an incredible person.
Old Man Jenkins, feline companion.
Kind to us too. I know he wasn't thrilled about us following in his footsteps. He was so afraid we'd get hurt. I never imagined it would turn out like this.
Hello? Come on. You've got to at least give me a heads up before you run off somewhere. You guys do know I can have them dock your pay if you don't listen to me, right?
This is Akira. My radio must have gotten switched off in all the chaos over here. Sorry to worry you. We're on our way back to HQ.
Ugh, Akira, you've got to be more careful. Okay, hurry on back. Or wait.
Roger. This, stays between us, okay? Not a word to anyone. Especially not Marie.
Oh, welcome back! Akira, I'm so sorry. I had you all wrong. You're such a big sweetie.
Hmm.
A big sweetie?
I'll be sure to bring you some cat food next time.
Cat food? Oh, wait, how did she hear? You report to the commander, and, forget it. I think I'd better go talk to Marie.
You can spare me the details. I saw everything from here. I didn't expect we'd ever see the Lost Legions again. Much less like this. A sudden attack. And then, core fusion. It's breathtaking. We've got a tremendous amount of new data to consider. And it's all thanks to you. Legionis. You've got both Sword and Arrow Legions registered in your Legatus now. It seems you can wield both interchangeably. If you find the other three, you should be able to use them as well. Seize the opportunity, should it present itself. That is all. You may return to your duties.
Again, we're the chosen one. And that's a wrap on Chapter 3. Oh man, there were some optional battles I missed? Where? Ah man, well, you know, I feel like the chapter and the stream went on long enough, even if I didn't quite do everything that the game had to offer at this point. But thanks to everyone who came out tonight. Have a good one. On Saturday, we're doing something a bit different, but Tuesday, resuming with Chapter 4 on Astral Chain. Out.